What's up everybody? I'm SuperSonicJB and get this, I'm making my very own movie about aliens! Ever since I played Shadow the Hedgehog, I knew for a fact that aliens are real. I've been wanting to capture them on film to make my very own blockbuster and then sell it at Blockbusters! Those are still around, right? But don't worry though, I got my very own tinfoil hat to protect me from the aliens so they can't harvest my brains. I mean, I've seen people in movies wear these before, so it's gotta work, right? Now I know what you're thinking to yourself. How the heck are you supposed to get an alien on film? Well, according to some drunk guy I met down by a dock, so I placed a bag of goldfish and a copy of Mario and Luigi Paper Jam out on my front porch with a flashlight shining on it. Then for sure an alien will appear. Did you hear that? I think an alien's finally here. Let's go check it out!
Oh boy, oh boy. What? Thanks for the stuff, buddy. You want to see a real alien read the webtoon Down to Earth? What is this, a YouTube ad?
You ever just go on YouTube and get a bunch of unskippable ads about stuff you don't care about? What's that? You have ads blocked? Well, in that case, there's an ad for you right now.
They're strictly friends, though. No exceptions. Right?
Yep, that was an actual ad that YouTube has that I've seen over and over again. So this is an ad for a Webtoon series, which in case you aren't familiar with, Webtoons is a comic/manga reading app where there's tons of stories you can read by writers around the world. It's like Wattpad, but without the Watt or the pad. Webtoons has become more and more popular lately that YouTube has decided to start advertising some of its stories. And lately this Webtoon called Down to Earth has been advertised non-stop. And lately I've been so curious on what exactly this Webtoon is like. Why is YouTube advertising it so freaking much? Remember, this is the same company that advertised Idle Angels across this platform, and that game was terrible. So today I thought I'd go ahead and take a look at this Webtoon called Down to Earth. Now this isn't your normal SuperSonicJB game review video. No, we're reviewing a comic series instead of a video game this time around, so will this comic be good? Let's find out. So we start off by meeting our main character, Lonely Emo Guy, or as everyone else calls him, Cade. And he's working as a cashier at a clothing store, and let me tell ya, he really hates his job. Don't we all, Cade? Don't we all? He then gets a text from his girlfriend who wants to meet up with him after work, and let's just say he has some bad thoughts on why she wants to talk to him. His boss also tells him to be less emo or he'll be fired. Dang man, that hurts. Later when he meets up with his girlfriend, she breaks up with him and dumps some pop on him and tells him to find his heart one day instead of breaking other hearts. Man, what a nice girl, am I right? Later that night while talking to his cute cat named Cosmo, ha! Get it? Cosmo is his name? And it's referencing the cosmos in space? And his comic has a space alien in it? Or is this referencing Cosmo from Fairly Odd Parents?
United to the left, united to the right. Come on everybody, do the left tonight.
He then ends up hearing a loud crash and sees a bright light out in his yard. And once he goes to investigate, he finds an alien spaceship with a cute girl popping out of it. Well, there you have it, fellas. If you ever want to get a girlfriend, all you gotta do is lie in bed with your cat, feeling sorry for yourself, and bam, a girl will appear for you. It's just like that scene from Ratchet and Clank, but with an alien babe instead of a robot. Cade catches the alien girl as she falls, and they land inside the spaceship, where he sees a monitor detailing stuff about planet Earth. The alien girl gives him his peace sign before falling unconscious again, and Cade takes her back inside of his house. She then wakes up and starts talking to him in an alien language that he can't understand, but thankfully she touches her forehead to his, and now she can speak English. She tells us her name is Zeta and she's from a planet called Zodia, and her people have special powers like levitation and telepathy. Man, I wish I had that kind of power. Come on, Dagger. Come to Papa. Turns out the reason she crashed her ship was because she had never flown before. Wow, girl. Wow. Zeta then gets scared by my cat Cosmo, but Cade assures her that she's a friendly creature, and Zeta pets her. Then she starts to insult my looks, and I don't take a liking to it. Cade then assures her that she could blend in like an earthling easily, but then she says she wants to live with Cade, and he doesn't want her to live with him, but thankfully she manages to convince him to let her live with him, and all it took was one look into her beautiful, starry eyes. Anyway, Zeta manages to hide her spaceship using a cloaking device, and later that evening, Cade goes over some of the house rules, with rule number 1 being contribute, meaning he ain't picking up her mess. And she throws up any green alien slime like a Nickelodeon character, and she's gotta clean it up. The second rule being trust, so if Cade tells her to do something, like use her alien powers to destroy Sonic and his secret rings, and she needs to trust him and do it. As for the third rule, we'll talk about that in a bit. Kate gives her some of his clothes, because hers are pretty ridiculous looking. But then Kate notices something really interesting about Zeta.
Damn, boy, he's sick!
And after that awkward moment, Kate decides that rule number 3 is no feelings. So no lovey-dovey stuff. Although considering the fact that this is a romance story, rule 3 would be more broken than Bayonetta and Smash 4. I love how Kate even points out the fact that this feels like a guy's fantasy. Now as a male myself, I don't really think this is very accurate. Did you hear that? It could be an alien waifu! The next day, Kate wakes up just like me to start a new workday. And he has to go to work and has Zeta stay home to look after the house. He also tells her to feed Cosmo, which unfortunately doesn't go very well because she makes a mess and tries to clean everything up, but she ends up throwing his gaming console in the sink full of water. She also looked at his porn magazine, so looks like rule 2 has already been broken. When Kate finds out that she ruined his gaming console, they get into a pretty serious argument, which leads to Zeta hiding in her room. But Kate ends up feeling like a total asshole and apologizes with pizza. Now that's how I like my apologies. Unless it's from Little Caesars, which in that case, I'd hate you even more for that. So the two of them make up and Kate starts to teach Zeta simple stuff that's Earthlings do, like how to clean, shave, and write an angry post on Twitter. One night Zeta decides that she wants to cook for me and ends up making some dubious food from Breath of the Wild. Heck, even Kate calls it dubious food and says it's from a game he's played. I see you with the Zelda reference there, Webtoons. And plot twist, it actually ends up tasting really good somehow, so head pats for Zeta. So Kate ends up trying to teach Zeta using television. Heck, they even watch Steven Universe, and we even get to see this meme show up. Ha! But he ends up doing the whole accidentally fell asleep on your lap cliche, and wakes up feeling embarrassed. I feel like this is where the two of them start to develop a real romantic relationship. I mean, maybe. I don't know, I'm not a love expert. So that's what the first 10 issues of Down to Earth are like. And yeah, I gotta admit, the story's not bad so far. Now yes, it's not the most original storyline ever, but it's still a very enjoyable story. Now, as of right now, the series is still going on, with episode 107 just being released, and new episodes come out every Tuesday. Now, I'm not going to go over every single issue because that would take way too long, and I don't want to spoil every little thing throughout the series. The series was created by Pookie Senpai, and yeah, she did a great job with the art, the storytelling, etc. I also love all the pop culture references sprinkled into the story, like seeing Zay wear a Deadpool hoodie was pretty freaking adorable, not gonna lie. So as the series goes on, Kate and Zay start to develop a romantic relationship, but things get a little weird when Kate's ex-girlfriend starts to get in the picture. She kinda looks a little bit like Zay, you know, a little bit, except for those giant ears. Who is she, Dopey? Kate even has a picture of his ex-girlfriend stored away in a secret box.
If only you could see inside my secret box, it would change your life.
No, not that secret box, Patrick. Her name is Delilah. Hey there, Delilah. Sorry, I had to make that joke there. She's a famous model and was in a 7-year relationship with Kate. But one day they had a bad fight and Kate ends up breaking up with her. And this leads to the events of Down to Earth with Kate having awful relationship issues. Now Delilah is only a side character with most of her appearances being kinda brief, but Kate still has some feelings for his ex-lover. But now that Zay is here to keep him happy, he develops a new lover's relationship with her. And as you read on through the story, they get into some fun antics and learn more about each other. Now like I said before, I don't want to go every single chapter in the series, but I do really like the overall storytelling here. And seeing someone like Kate grow from an unhappy emo guy into a more kind-hearted, caring soul was nice to see. So after reading through all the available chapters of Down to Earth, I gotta say, it's definitely a great series that I highly recommend to anybody. Now why was YouTube advertising it so much, I'm not 100% sure. But at least I can say that for once, YouTube actually advertised something good. Unlike this game.
Idol Angels, fun-free idol game.
You know YouTube, sometimes you drive me crazy.
Enough said.
So that was Down to Earth, and overall, I'd say it was a really good Webtoon series. It has pretty good art, has a great story, so yeah, it's still continuing on to this day, so hopefully it stays good. It's too bad though I never got to film an alien. I guess I don't need this stupid hat anymore. I feel kind of sad now. I guess I'll just go to my local Blockbusters and just go and rent a movie about aliens instead. Let's see, what time are they open till? Wait, Blockbusters is closed? Must be the work of aliens.